Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peak's Peak. We are back up on the trails because I got them all mowed, but now I need to go through and I need to cut all the briars back. This is something that I do a couple of times a year just to keep all the trails opened up to where we can ride four-wheelers and dirt bikes through them or hike or do whatever we want to do without getting all tore up. It takes at least 2 times a year to keep them passable. The briars grow quick. We brought the weed eater because we need to do a little bit of trimming around the pond banks, and then we brought our Hedge Clippers, our 12-inch battery-powered chainsaw, and our battery-powered pole saw so that we can clear these trails. And it never fails when I post a video using cordless tools or battery-powered tools, somebody wants to make a comment about using battery-powered tools instead of gas or whatever. I think you'll see as we casually walk these trails and enjoy the hike and the walk and talk while we trim the trails that there are definitely some great aspects to using these battery powered tools when you're out doing a job like this. Come on, let's get to work. Morning coffee, gotta have it. Now I can actually go through and do most of my cleanup with these hedge clippers, which is really nice, as long as the branches aren't too big. And once we got everything cleared out the first time for our trails, that's pretty well got it set up to where this does almost everything we need to do. Occasionally you'll get a tree branch that grows out far enough that it starts to hang down in the way, and so we bring the pole saw with us to clean up a couple of those, but we'll do most of our clearing with these. This is one of my favorite property management or property maintenance jobs because it's just calm and peaceful. And kind of go out for a hike, do a little bit of work along the way. It's just pretty cool. I enjoy it. Kind of get to hang out in the woods. I've mentioned this before, but we've got almost 1.5 miles worth of trails cut now on our 38 acres. And you know, they snake in and out of one another and all of that, but it makes for a good place to come and hang out. It's almost deer season, so we'll be up here staking out some of the big bucks that I've seen on camera here lately. It is a beautiful late August morning, and it was about 60 degrees when I headed out the door this morning. Makes it really pleasant to get out and do this kind of work. I don't know if I should say it yet, but kind of feels like fall. I'll show you guys this hill right here. Now, the camera doesn't do it justice, but it's a pretty steep rocky hill, and this is kind of the one obstacle that riding the trails and riding a full circuit. Cameron's always a little sketched out by riding the four-wheeler up and down it, and Caden, he's brought his dirt bike up and down it a time or two, but it's a little bit sketchy. And it's mainly because the slope has these rocks all the way up and down it, which to me makes it a lot of fun. But I always try to keep the briars peeled back on it because when I come up here, I like to ride up and down it. That's a lot better. That's wide enough we can ride up and down it again. All right, and we're back to my coffee. And we got the trails up here looking pretty good. Nice and open. So we've got a few more trails to hit. Some of the lower trails down in the corner and the pond, but before the sun gets up too high and too hot, I think I'm gonna go to the pond and get that weed eating knocked out. Time for a pit stop. Oh, how embarrassing. It's a lot of work to keep up a property, but I'm definitely not complaining. So I've been up here for maybe an hour and 20 minutes, just walking the trails, trimming them back, and running the weed eater a little bit. I have one more stretch of weed eating to go. I'm going to do this side here and get this bank all cleaned up. And we're getting pretty close to Labor Day, and hoping to have some family come in and visit. So I hope we have some time to come up here and check things out, maybe do a little fishing. Caught a nice bass up here yesterday. This is the biggest one we've caught out of here so far. It's probably a pound and a half. Things are really coming together. I mean, this is just a whole lot of fun. Now, you know, a lot of times when you have something like this, you know, like cabin build going on or whatever, you kind of get caught up in the project and you feel like this is work I've got to get done. And I try not to approach this kind of stuff that way, because to me, the project and the process is a big part of the fun. Now, it'll be nice once it's finished and we'll use it, but the cabin build itself, the time I get to spend with Caden and the things he's learning while we work, that to me is really what it's about. Kind of like cleaning up trails and weed eating around the pond and all that. I like having this, and it gets a lot of use. My kids bring their friends over and they fish here, and I enjoy getting to see them do that. But for me, it's not so much about the fishing. It's about the process. All right, guys, well, it's almost time for me to get back to work. I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes just hanging out, and I can already tell you, when I get this thing done with a porch swing on it, man, I'm gonna be spending me some Sunday mornings up here drinking my coffee before time to get ready for church. No doubt. This is nice. Well, we got all the trimming done around the pond. Looks really nice. Man, I'm telling you what, I can't hardly come up here on a morning like this where it's just almost chilly, relaxing, getting to do the things that I love. Man, I am so thankful. All right. We got all our trails cleaned up, widened up, and I won't have any big branches slapping me in the head or the helmet while I'm riding the dirt bike through the woods. And briars tearing my arms up. Things are looking pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed the ride along today. We appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.